Well, today is Friday, January 13th, 2023. And day 13 of New Year. Friday the 13th, if you're superstitious. Um, some people think good things happen on Friday the 13th. I myself try to, I subscribe that maybe bad things happen on Friday the 13th just because of the Friday the 13th movies with Jason and stuff. But it's just a fun thing. I'm not really superstitious about it, but um, yeah, just because of the movies, I don't normally say, "Wow, good things are going to happen today." But I don't really believe it. It's just it's to me, it's just a fun thing to say. So it's Friday the 13th today. Um, and I'm trying to make this video about my hopes and dreams and aspirations. Um, and they may seem vague, but honestly, my hopes and dreams have been the same for the whole 11 years that I've been homeless. I started being homeless in 2012, um, and um, well, my dreams have always been the same, as vague as it sounds, just to get an apartment and start taking care of myself. Get my own place, go to the grocery store, um, get my own groceries, and then go home to my own kitchen and cook up my own meals and eat it in my own place. And that sounds really vague. Um, a couple of years ago, I did find, well, throughout the years, I found some good apartment buildings. But a couple of years, I found a nice apartment building in Rochester, Minnesota. Um, at least I thought it was an apartment building. And it was really, from the outside, it looked really nice. It had decks on it and stuff. Uh, so I always thought, well, this would be the place for me. But then I come to find out later on that it's not an apartment building, it's a hotel. Um, but it does have extended stay rates, and the rooms have kitchens and sofas and stuff in. Uh, so it's like an apartment, but it's not. It's a hotel, so it's um, a lot more expensive than an apartment would be. Um, I could probably get a really nice apartment for less than that, uh, unless the rates have changed. Um, I haven't called them about rates for a long, long time. Uh, I'm not saying I wouldn't stay there. I'm just saying I'd like to get my own apartment instead of staying in a hotel. But it's still open to possibilities. I'm still open to staying there if it's financially feasible for me. I'm in this big parking lot, and there's cars driving around. Um, so that's what I'm looking at. So anyway, what else can I say? Uh, I think I've said it in other videos that I'm not a criminal and I don't have a drug addiction or mental health issues. Um, if I had a whole bunch of money to go take care of myself, um, I still wouldn't do, you know, crazy things to break the law and stuff. Um, I hate to say, I hate saying that I'm normal because um, I was watching this one interview with Larry King one time, and he said, everyone's weird, and if somebody said they were normal, that would be weird. So I try not to say that I'm normal, but um, I'm average. I'll say I'm an average citizen. I just go about my daily life. I go to the store to buy clothes. I go to the grocery stores. I try to pay my bills when I can. I can't now because I'm homeless and without a job. Uh, but I'm just an average law-abiding citizen. So if I had a bunch of money, that's really all I do with it. Is just get my life back on track and get an apartment and take care of myself. Get health insurance, get all the insurances I need. Car insurance. Um, yeah, a lot of stuff. I don't have a lot of debt, thank God. Um, yeah, I mean, I have ideas of where I want to live, what cities I want to live in, if I had the money, what apartment buildings I would like to live in, if I can afford it. Um, and this, I definitely want to shave this off. If I get enough for a hotel room, I would shave this off that very night that I stayed in the hotel room. That's for sure. And don't worry about my clothes. I can wash my clothes at the homeless shelter, so that's not a problem. And I could shower there, but I don't want to shower there. I'd like to, shower in a hotel room or my apartment. Someplace a little more private and clean. Someplace a little bit more clean. I mean, they try to clean it. Everybody has a chore, um, but I would rather not do it there if I could help it. Um, mm, yeah, those are my hopes and dreams. I have uh, dreams of going to college. Um, and I did take some college courses, but I haven't really settled down on a major yet. I'm just taking general ed classes, but I haven't taken one for at least 2 semesters. Uh, I want to get back into it before too much time slips away. Um, and there's a few things I'd like to major in, though. Maybe something in a science field, like a medicine field, or something, biology, maybe, um, or or maybe law. Take some law classes, or um, some kind of finance class, so I could work, like on Wall Street or something. Computer classes, like a computer science class, so I could learn how to code and stuff, write code in computers and design websites and other things, cybersecurity, stuff like that. Um, or maybe take some acting classes. I wouldn't mind doing that. Um, and an instrument. I took an instrument in high school, a trumpet. So I already have a trumpet. Um, and I also have a trombone with me right now, but I don't know how to play trombone. But I would like to take some kind of instrument in college, maybe something different, something that I've never played before. Um, I don't know, but something stuff like that I would like to study, and because I want to change my career, because I've been working in factories my whole life. Factories and dairy farms is where I grew up working. Um, and I'd really like to change my career and um, you know move up in the world. I don't want to say those are bad jobs. I just want to say I want to change my career to not working in a factory or on a dairy farm. I would like my own dairy farm, but I have an idea of uh, how I would design and run my dairy farm. Uh, so I'm not totally writing off having a dairy farm. What else can I say? Basically, I just want to get out of this situation. If I had the money, I can't get hired anywhere here. They're starving me out. They're completely starving me out. Just today, I called for a job, and the people from where I used the phone to call from, all the people there started saying, "Yeah, he's calling about that job, but we won't let him get it. We won't let him get there. We won't let him." So, and that's the way it is around this whole city. They just keep saying, "We won't let him work here. We won't let him get that money." They're just starving me out. Luckily, I don't have a lot of debt, so I'm not too worried about that. I don't have a criminal past, so there's not a whole lot they can really hold against me. They're just being bullies. They're just being mean bullies. That's all they're doing. And I would like to get a lawyer and bring them to justice, because they're publicly saying it. I can point some of these people out because they publicly say it, because they don't think anything's going to happen to them, and I can point some of them out because of that, because they're so arrogant. They're very arrogant and confident. My apartment. What else can I say? I think as far as my apartment or my lifestyle would go, it depends on how much money I have, actually. Obviously, with the more money I have, the more things I'd like. I think I'd still stay with a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment, but size would depend on how much money I have and stuff. What else can I say? I wouldn't go overboard with it, but I don't know. It's hard to describe, I guess. I've thought in my head things that I would do if I had a bunch of money, and I decided the first thing on the list keeps changing. It changes constantly, so it's hard to say what's the very first thing I would do if I had a bunch of money. It changes constantly, but one of the first things I would do, I guess, would be to get a storage shed to put all this stuff in my van. In a storage shed. That's probably one of the first things that I would do. And also probably restore this van. I would probably restore this van to showroom quality. Just get everything fixed, make it brand new again. Those are 2 things, but also there's other things that I need to get done. So it's hard to say what's the very first thing I would do. I would also, because I need to have a home address. There's a lot of things you can't do without a home address. You need to have a home address, or at least some kind of mailing address. And you probably won't even notice that until you are homeless. That there is a lot of things you can't do without a permanent home address. So even fixing up this van, but then maybe get the apartment right away as soon as possible. That would certainly be rank right up there. I'd probably do all of it all at once if I could afford it. Just do all three things in probably like the first week. Like the first week, just get everything done as much as possible. Because there's a lot of things. The number one thing changes, so it's really hard to say what's the very first thing I would do. I'm in a parking lot, and there's cars driving by and people walking by my car. Some of them pretend that they can hear me or something. They make comments like they can hear me or something. What else? Places I'd like to go. I'd like to travel out to California. I'd like to go to San Diego, California. I'd like to go to Las Vegas. Travel there. I'd like to travel to Manhattan, to New York. Manhattan, New York. I'd like to travel there. If I had the money, maybe even get an apartment in New York, in Manhattan. If I had the money. I've watched a few YouTube videos about apartments in Manhattan. So they're really expensive, very, very expensive. So I'd need a lot of money to do that. And as far as I would like to fix up this van, but I'm not saying that I'd like to I want to keep it, definitely keep it, but I would like to get a different car or a truck. Definitely a truck for the winter time, to drive through the snow in the winter time. But also a car. I'd also like to get a scooter, an electric scooter, so I could just drive around town to the grocery store, put stuff in my backpack and go back to my apartment, or go to the clothing store or someplace. Just buzz around town on a scooter, on an electric scooter. Or get a new car. I wouldn't mind getting a Tesla. I'd get a Tesla, and also an electric Tesla. And if I had the money, definitely a truck for the winter time, so I could drive through the snow in the winter time. I've been lucky. There haven't been very many snowy days this year so far. This winter season, there's not very much snow this season so far, but the winter isn't over yet. Alright, I'd really like to shave this off. This isn't normally what I look like. I don't normally look like this. I don't like looking like it either. I don't like looking like this. There's a lot of people around here who would probably make fun of me. They don't think anything's gonna happen to them. And definitely after I do all that, get my own place and get back on my feet. I'd like to start dating someone. I'd like to start dating someone and get married and start a family. Have some kids. Get contacts. I used to wear contacts, but I don't have any money, so I can't wear contacts now. I don't have any money, so I wear glasses. But I'd like to get contacts again. I saw some videos of apartments in New York, where the people shared their bathroom with other people living in other apartments, and I'm not gonna. I can't go for that. After being homeless for so long, I just hate using public bathrooms. I wouldn't want to share my bathroom with anyone. I definitely have to have my own bathroom. I'm sick of living like this. There's people around here making fun of me. Here, I'll show you so you don't think I'm crazy and just looking around paranoid. I'm not paranoid. This is, if it'll show you. Right here. I'm in a big parking lot. Right there. There's cars driving by. There's people walking out there. So, I'm not paranoid. I'm just watching and listening to the people around me. So, alright. So, that's where I am. I just thought I'd show you that. I don't know if it came through very clear. Might have been blurry, but that's where I am. So yeah, I'm not paranoid. What else can I say? I have dreams and aspirations to get my college degree. Maybe, maybe become a surgeon or something. A surgeon, or maybe work in cybersecurity, or write code for web design, or whatever the company needs me to do for them, or work in finance, which I have no experience in any of this stuff. That's why I would like to change careers. All of my work has been in factories and on dairy farms. That's all I've ever worked in. But I'm sure I can learn these other skills. I'm sure I can be taught it. So I'm not worried about whether or not I can do any of this work in my new career. But I need money. It all takes money. So yeah, all that stuff. Acting. I don't have any experience in that. I'd like to take some acting classes. I definitely want to get bumped up into the next pay level. Because just working in factories all my life, all I can say is, it's definitely over minimum wage, but it's always at the bottom rung of the ladder. I'd like to get up into the hundreds of thousands a year, or maybe even more, maybe even into the millions per year. I don't want to stay down here. I definitely don't want to be like this anymore. And I can work for it, and I can learn. I can work. I'm perfectly mentally and physically capable of working and earning a living. So I'm not worried that I can't do some of these careers that I've mentioned, or college majors that I've mentioned. I'm not worried that I can't do them. I just don't have any money. So, those are my dreams and aspirations, my hopes and dreams. I hope they were clear enough. If they're not clear enough, leave some comments and questions in the comment area, and I'll try to clarify things. And definitely, if you can help me out with money, by all means do that. Get me out of here, out of this situation. I don't know what else to say. I would love to sit here and say that if I had a bunch of money, I would clean up my life and get my life in order. But my life is already in order. There's nothing to clean up. I'm just an average, law-abiding citizen. There's nothing to clean up. So if you can help me with money, achieve my dreams and goals in life, I would be so very grateful for that. I'm trying to organize a walkathon where I walk a certain number of miles. But I can't find anyone to pledge any money for that. I'd like to get like $2,000 a mile. If I could walk 100 miles for $2,000 a mile, that would be great. Or more. $2,000 a mile or more. I would be so grateful for that. I would. So that's my walkathon plan. So that's it. I can't think of anything else I would do. Yeah, I'm going to end it. If you have any more questions or want to know anything else, just leave a comment in the comment section. So keep me in your prayers, and Godspeed, everyone. Happy Friday the 13th.